What's up, guys? Mason Bruner here with REISift, and we are with Kevin Hernandez. Last year we did a really popular video on our channel with Kevin here down in St. Pete, kind of the Tampa area. Last year Kevin really started having some breakthroughs in real estate investing, and he really started to become a standout in the SIFT community. So as we should, so naturally we thought we'd pay a visit to him last year, and since then he's grown a lot, so we figured let's stop back in again. We're here for the family mastermind, and while Tyler's in the event, I figured I'd link up with Kevin. He's gonna show us around one of his newest properties here in St. Pete.
Yo, it's Kevin, and we're here at one of my flips here in St. Pete. This is actually, the neighborhood is called St. Pete Heights. So I'm just gonna take you through. There's actively 7 people working right now, if I'm not mistaken. So we're trying to get this listed in this upcoming week. Let's take a look. In the driveway, we got some rock. Making sure we have a nice porch. We mulched the entire front. We kept some of these trees. They look beautiful. Some people may have a different opinion. That's okay. I got this property first to market probate. I was the first appointment here, first investor. Now, one thing that has changed since last year is that instead of doing a whole lot of wholesaling, thanks to Tyler and the War Group, I've been able to connect with some great lenders, and that's given me the possibility to, instead of making just $10,000, $20,000 on an assignment fee, now I can make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on a flip. So this flip should generate about $70,000, gross. However, there's a lot of great things that I have learned. I've gotten in connection with some really great flooring people. So this LVP I got for like $1.69 a square foot. It retails for about $4. These cabinets that you see here, all together is probably like $3 grand in the material costs. These probably retail for about $6 grand. So it's giving me the opportunity to find materials and people that can connect me so that I can get the best price possible. This is a very small house, but I've also been figuring out how I can move things around to make it more attractive to the end buyer and make it more convenient. One thing that I did here, the dishwasher used to be on this side. We moved it to this side. The refrigerator used to be right here. I'm gonna move that right here. So that's basically left me with this huge wall of cabinets, and then we still have this awesome corner where you can still have a lot of cabinets and cabinet space since there's not really a pantry. One thing that I really love about this house is the layout. As you can see, it just opens right into the kitchen and the living area. Cute little charming thing that maybe a lot of people don't appreciate is this mailbox entry. I'm having my guy Ruben out there that I actually play soccer with. He's gonna build me a custom box so that when the mail drops in, it basically comes into a box. They can just come in and pick it up. So really cute, and you want to capitalize on those things. Sometimes things that other people would yank out or rip out, I like to ask myself, how can I use this? How can I make it better, or how can I just add something else on top of it? We have some work going on in the bathroom. ¿Puedo pasar? And he just put a new window right here. We got the tile going on. And these are the bedrooms. So it really utilizes the space of this side of the house. This is what the flooring looks like. And I mean, yeah, I love this house. I think someone's gonna be very, very happy.
Hey. Since last year, what's been the biggest difference in your business?
Hiring the right people, making sure I got an acquisition guy. Last year I was doing a lot of it by myself. I was doing the texting by myself. I was doing the acquisition by myself. I was wearing a lot of hats, and one thing that Tyler definitely opened up my mind to was just hiring the right people so that they could do all those other things and you could focus on other higher level jobs.
So then what is the key to making good hires?
It's definitely all about coaching up front, expectations, and asking the right questions. And then one thing that I learned at the SIFT Summit was a personality test, which I've used a lot, because sometimes a lot of people don't know, what their true calling is or what their skills are best set for. So someone that's trying to do cold calling would probably be a better data manager, but they're forcing something that they're not even aware of.
Currently, for you, what's been the key to your consistent deal flow?
My biggest key to being consistent with the deals is having consistent action, making a lot of offers, daily. So today I locked up a contract. I made the offer yesterday, which was Sunday, of course. But that's the thing about being consistent, is that you can't just start taking a lot of days off because you start seeing some success. And I think that's where you get the highs, and then you come back down. Another thing with consistency for me has been training other people to do the same thing. I have my acquisition guy make an offer every day, which is just one offer, but it's highly targeted. And another thing that helps me be consistent, of course, is the marketing aspect of it. I'm very big on SMS. Continue to send that. I hired a person just to do that SMS, and I spent a lot of time with them, kind of putting my brain on a piece of paper for them to read off of and how to do it. I think there's definitely been an increase. I think the biggest thing for me has been increasing the margin per deal instead of having more deals. And that's been key, because I'd rather have two $50K deals closed per month than $10,000 deals. So that's a big difference.
When it comes to cold calling, I know you're more of a text guy. You do calling, or you have cold callers. What are some techniques to increase the likelihood of a successful call?
When it comes to cold calling, I think one big takeaway in the beginning was whenever I was texting people and some people were responding with a yes or who are you or maybe, anything like that, I was pushing that list over to my callers, because most of those conversations were correct numbers, which of course Tyler's really big on. So feeding your callers better data will allow them to have more conversations instead of hearing the dial tone all the time. And then of course now with the smartphone integration and offering, I have one caller that's having like 40 conversations per day. I would have, years ago thought that was crazy or impossible, but having the right systems and data in place will just open up a new world to you.
So speaking of data, one of my other questions would be, how important is understanding your data?
Oh, it's a make it or break it. I think if you don't understand your data, you're going to be spending a lot of money and wasting a lot of time. And it's just a no-brainer to have really great data.
So for someone that's because in the SIF community, obviously, we're kind of known as analytical nerds in a way,
Yeah.
We're very analytical, technical people. For someone who doesn't classify themselves as that, how do they start transitioning into that? Because obviously it's massively important, especially as a business owner. How do they start making that transition and concerted effort to becoming a data-driven person?
I think the biggest turning point for understanding your data is really just think about all the wrong numbers that you get, all the not interested, all the sods. What if you can remove most of those conversations? Not all of them, that's impossible, but most of them. Then you're left with the positive conversations, the people that would entertain an offer, and then you can start making offers, and then you will notice that some people, are very different in terms of price. But just getting closer to that will allow you to have more great conversations, negotiable. You're gonna get to the point where you start saying no to deals because you know that you can't move it or you can't buy it. And that's the biggest turning point for your data, is whenever you start saying no to a lot of deals.
Tell me about the kind investor.
Oh, the kind investor. The kind investor is kind of like my brand and message to the people is, for example, this house, she had a lot of people, and she was to the point where she would show me conversations of other investors, and that's just a lot of trust, right? And I was just having a conversation with my acquisition guy this morning, the kind investor is give, give, give. When you're calling people, you're asking them for a lot of information. They're giving you a lot of information. You're taking it in. The kind investor will ask you, how can I help? Can I help you move out? Can I help you with boxes? Can I help you find a new place? What can I help you with? Because I have so many different people that I do business with, real estate agents, brokers, attorneys. Most investors would say I can't do business with them. but it leaves such a big pool of interested and motivated people. And those are the easiest conversations to have because they know what numbers you're looking for. But it's the kindness aspect that really gives you that edge, allows you to really have that human element to your conversations and just be a kind person. So that's what the kind investor is.
Because last year, when we made that first video, I titled it, Kevin, an ethical real estate investor.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And the use of ethical, I wonder if it can hear me, but the use of ethical in the title was what drew a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Because obviously in the wholesaling space, more often than not, you're hearing about people that aren't ethical. So to see that transition into something new and greater has been really cool.
Yeah, I think the ethical part is really driven by the ability to say no. You know, you think about big wholesaling operations where they have a lot of callers, a lot of acquisition people. They have KPIs that, you know, that every day you have to make offers, you have to push for a contract, and that push is really what drives unethical practices. You know, when you can say no to a lot of business, you're left with a lot of relationships. You know, you can say, you know, I can't help you with the buying the house, but do you need a contractor? I've got a great one ready for some work right now. I've got a great roofer. You know, can I price it out for you? Instead of like having just one outcome, you have an infinite amount of outcomes.
I'm gonna give you some free money. I'm gonna remove all excuses that you have on why you can't get started in REISift by actually giving you money to start here at REISift. Using this coupon code, you'll get $25 to use for skip tracing, direct mail, and whatever else you want. And I'm gonna go even further and let you know that when you sign up, if you go ahead and message support, you might even be able to get yourself a little bit of data in there as well. But just know that it's way more data than you would need in order to get your first deal, your second deal, or even just get a few more deals inside your business, especially when it's free. Use this coupon code, go sign up for a trial, and continue watching our content and learn more about how to be awesome at sales and marketing in real estate.